Go, 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 you say?
Halle, halle, halle.
Allez, allez, allez. She's downstairs. She's calling me downstairs. So get on and get downstairs. We want to go. Won't come upstairs, will she? Anyway, we'll get everything turned off. Yeah, okay, we're good. Right. I don't know what we're doing today. So, let's see. We'll make it up as we go along. But what about Australian elections? Well, that was just over last weekend. Yeah, they come out. I don't know what they did. Like I said, I applied to, vote because I was on the electoral roll, 4 years ago, to vote in the last federal election. I logged into the system to change my registered address before so they went through that process. I just received the email today that they'd registered my address change. Yet 2 weeks ago I received an email that said we can't find you on the electoral roll. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so the elections system really showed the fact that big swing against the Trump policies, I guess. Anyway, look, I need two hands. Hold on. Although I feel safe in Thailand, it's always good to lock things up. Anyway, darling, have you got plans of where we're going?
Where we going?
Where are we going?
I show you.
She's going to show me. Okay, I'll get the car started. Well, I do have a Google Map location, so it's 19 minutes away, so pick it up there. Yeah, so the Australian federal election, we saw a big swing against the centrist left, I think you would call it. Pretty much the opposite spectrum to the current US system. Pretty much it's a slap in the face for the Trump policies. Trump's closing the country down, whereas Australia wants to make sure that everybody gets a fair chance at things. But anyway, pretty much following the same sort of rhetoric as Canada. We don't have an election here until another 2 years, do we? We've got some by-elections coming up, I think. Anyway, I got to turn right. Anyway, you can take the camera, darling.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
I?
Oh, God, that's a steep
Stop,
entrance.
Hi, everybody. I forget to bell.
Put the belt on.
Forget to put bell. Hi, everybody. Now I start to go restaurant. Now 12.
What food we eat today?
12 p.m. now. I so already hungry too much.
What we eat?
This is seafood.
Seafood, good.
Yes.
I was thinking I want seafood today.
Why?
I just not have seafood.
Why? I know you want seafood today.
Maybe you just think like I do. That's why we work so well together.
Alright.
We think the same.
Honey,
Yes, darling.
what you want to eat today?
I want to eat fish.
You tell me you want to eat seafood today. What you want?
Fish.
Only fish?
Maybe is it sea bass?
Sea bass.
Yeah, sea bass or snapper. It's okay.
Yeah. And what you know about me?
What?
I like to eat seafood.
Gung.
Ah, you know me.
Although she
Anything.
likes seafood, I like seafood. We like different types of seafood, which is good.
Him know me anything. When I come home, I stay downstairs and him come say hi every night. Why him know? Because him have map for me.
Yes, we do share.
Yes or no?
We do share our GPS locations between each other, so we know where we are. Not for a trust issue; it's more about a safety issue. You think about it. If something happens to either of us, she's going to try to communicate roughly where she is if she's got a problem, and again, I'm going to try to communicate roughly where I am if I've got a problem. She's going to have to. It's better to have a GPS location. Not that anything's ever gone wrong, but it comes in handy just to. Oh, darling, you're on your way home. Stop and get some food.
Darling,
What?
I hungry.
Yeah, you're always hungry, yes.
Now I fat more. I know myself.
You're not really fat though.
Yeah. You my idol me.
What? I'm your idol.
I want to pum pui like you,
All
darling.
right, okay.
Okay. Train style, train
Oh,
2025, fat,
Oh, really?
sexy. You believe me. Next year just slender again. Okay?
Slender again next year. Okay,
Yeah,
okay. Out this way you have lots and lots of farms, and sometimes people will just not give up their land to make a road. So we're going to go around. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it. Very good, yes. Very good. He just didn't want to lose his house.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Yeah, they talk about the twisties up in Chiang Mai for your motorcycle riding, but we've got plenty of right angle twisties down here as well. Yes. There's a few motorcycle rides we've done through here. You can check the back catalogue of the motorcycle rides if you want. There's a playlist.
Temple.
There's a temple down here.
Sung Khanong Temple.
Sung Kanong.
Temple.
What's that mean in English?
No.
Don't have
No
a name.
language. Yeah. Just name. Okay.
Yes, lots and lots of it. I don't know about you guys, like, you know, going to a restaurant, you know, like you can do that in traffic in in the centre of the city. I'd rather see the green, personally.
Okay, now.
Oh, look at this one
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Okay, okay. I thought it was a tin shed
Oh,
for. So, really?
We have a lot of people come
A lot
to
of
eat.
people here today, darling.
Oh, 12, people stop to eating food.
Oh, okay, I think.
นี่ไง Oh, no, for walk. You have to stop.
I think I can't stop just here.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll turn around.
ไหน
You can get out? Open?
Yeah,
You
it's
check,
okay.
check.
I can get out.
We're on a bit of a slope, darling.
Don't worry. We not need. We not go this along this way. Just noodle here.
Oh, just noodle here, okay.
40 baht.
40 baht? Yeah,
Yeah, good
okay,
idea.
Good idea, no problem, okay. Ding dong. Yeah, at first glance from the road, I thought, is this a restaurant? But yeah, there we go. That's where we're going to. It's got an octopus on the picture there. I guess we got octopus. Seafood. No, I'm going to video you walk here with me, okay?
Okay.
Grab your ass. Oh, oi, oi. Gotta love it. Anyway, it's a nice looking restaurant. You get to sit on the water here. Probably a bit too noisy with the water spray there. We'll find somewhere a little bit less noisy, or we'll talk elsewhere. Depends. Anyway, buttercup. Well, it's a nice looking setup. Very, very outdoorish. And again, we got music in the background, so looks like I can talk about what I wanted to talk about. This is a big issue that seems to be in Pattaya right now. There seems to be a sort of big resurgence of visitors to the country not respecting the local traditions of taking your shoes off first. Come on! Like, if somebody comes to your house, do they respect your house rules? Really? Anyway, yeah, it's a big thing. Like, there's a lot of big things going on in Thailand right now. If I face this way, it might be a bit darker and you might not get so much of the water noise. The one thing I wanted to talk about right now was, again, the tourism season and everything else is over. So lots and lots of talk about the tourism season and how to make it better. And the one thing that's finally coming up on the talking circuit is the dual pricing. Finally. and we get some big talk on that. Yeah, and again, we've got to think about it, right? We're talking about Thais paying 20 baht to go to an attraction, state-funded attraction versus 200 baht. Foreigners paying 10 times the price. So I always look at both sides of it. Okay, yeah, well, how many foreigners come to Thais coming, right? So do you get 10 Thais for every one foreigner? If that's the sort of numbers on these sort of places, why don't we just increase the price by 5 baht and have everybody pay the same? Nobody loses, and 5 baht is really not going to hurt the Thai pocket. Those prices haven't changed in 20 goddamn years. Come on. You know, now a little bit of inflation's okay. Let's cover the cost and let the foreigners cover the cost. Seriously. But anyway, a bit of a rant over. But yeah, it's one of the biggest sore points here in Thailand is this dual pricing. And again, you've got to come back to the reality check here. I think the most I've ever seen it was 40 baht and 400 baht. So I'm paying like, what, 400 baht, was it $15? To get in, and I'm just paying, well, you know, 10 for that. So, yeah, do I worry about it? No, I don't worry about it. It's just whatever. I just have a rule. If you charge me at the entrance, I will not tip anybody inside. You know, you get in the tip at the door, you know. That's the way I operate. I would prefer to give the tip to the best operators in the park or whatever, but no, I'll have you take the money and you can divvy it over and keep everybody happy because I'm not the person to do that, you know. Anyway, let's order some food. Well, yes, they do have the sea bass, so I'm all settled. She'll order the rest. And she's using their app to do the ordering, which is pretty cool. This is becoming more and more of a thing these days with restaurants. We are moving up in the world with technology, which is great. But yeah, okay, let's get back to the story of you know, the political landscape there. It is interesting. Okay, I follow AI and AI development. Here's an example, right, of how AI is integrating into my personal life. One of the games I play is Second Life. One of the things that's always been an issue for me is trying to code in Second Life. They use the Linden scripting language. It's just a scripting language. I'm not going to go into the detail. And makes the thing that makes the world work, you know. And I've been making product in that landscape or in that game for a few years. Well, I haven't been making there for 10 years, but you know, I have made product in that game. Still, you know, I'm not going to go into it. But here's me thinking about the fact, well, where is it now? And I jumped in, had a look at it. Had a look at a bit of code I was working on like 5 years ago or something the last time I was in there. You know, and I was like after 10 hours scratching my head and put bug after bug after bug after bug, and yeah, okay. Brought it up on screen. Yeah, there you go. Let's show it up on the Chat GPT. Oh, okay, yeah, I told it what I wanted. Here's the code, blah, blah, blah. 2 revisions later, it had a functioning code. Then it spits out and says, I'm sorry, this is the free version. If you want to continue, you need to pay. Okay. There's a point that I'm trying to make here. Okay, well, DeepSeek, that's right, that's the competition now. Let's jump onto the Chinese version, you know. I took the code that it wouldn't go any further with. I was just working, I just want to make some improvements. Threw it at a DeepSeek and worked for another hour there and fine-tuned the code. It was working like 100%, it really was. That's like 10 hours of my own work effectively got nowhere, and basically an hour's work with AI, I finished the job. Okay, what's the point I'm making? Well, the point I'm making is this whole idea of commercialism and scarcity.
Darling,
Yes,
no sawarot.
No salad?
Yep.
Okay, blue one.
No have blue one.
Give me one.
Just for orange, coconut, something แล้วก็ espresso cappuccino
No, don't want coffee.
น้ำผึ้งlemon
Okay, lemon. Okay.
lemon นะ
Okay,
น้ำผึ้
lemon.
งมะนาว lemon
Manao. Okay, yeah, I like Manao.
น้ำมะนาวเย็น
Yeah, this whole idea of, you know, like Western society is built on one thing, scarcity, right? And they manufacture scarcity in the West. And that is the perfect example I'll use right now of how scarcity, right, can be thwarted by somebody like China turn around and say, well, let's just make it for free. Okay, they're fun, they've got a power, they still have to use the power. I do believe it only uses about a tenth of the power as the top US models, but I'm not going to go into all the technical details. But here's the point, we really have the ability to make every person on this planet happy right now. When you look at the trillions of dollars that these top 0.1%ers have in their total net worth, right? And we have 8 billion people on the planet. Now, we could find a better solution than the commercial Western scarcity policy, right? And that's what we're seeing in Australian politics right now. A centre-left movement, which means like centrist government, which means trying to make it work for everybody with a socialist focus so that people get a fair crack at the whip. I think all governments will eventually go that way. Maybe the US might go. I know Sanders was on that way. He was wanting to go that way. I think in 10 years ago he got thrown. Yeah, he got thrown to the side. And again, comes into this whole the red phenomena. The red. Seriously, I got some pretty good Russian friends, man. I think they're pretty cool. But yeah. I don't make the policies around the world. I can find my own friends, but when it comes to this nationalism...
Darling, youร้อนไหม
No.
This one fan here, you want to sit here?
No, it's okay. I want to make sure the fan not on the camera. But yes, personally, I think this is the way governments are going to go. I think we'll see this movement over the next 2 years as well with Thailand. I don't know how Thailand's going to fare, right? Being a capitalist, democratic sort of society against the communist regimes around. But it's nice to have some stability there, where the people sort of have some sort of sway. It is, they try to do their best. But as I said, Thailand's been sort of under the wraps of the weird stuff for so long, and it's only just now realising that transparency is the only way forward. And yeah, it's going to be interesting next 10 years, but we'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, before you have enough of me trying to talk over these sprinklers here, so we'll settle down and have some food. Here we go. Oh, look at this. Yes.
Look at this.
Carpet bull. What's that one? What's this one? Gong. Where's my sea bass?
No, have to wait.
Have to make more?
Yeah.
Have to go catch first?
That's wait.
Go fishing first? Okay. And there is our sea bass. Yummy. Okay. Check out. Just noticed we've actually got a few flies flying around today. So it's actually unusual. Yes, it is summertime. Well, we are actually technically in the last week of summer right now, which again is quite interesting. We've had a really, really mild summer this year. And I'm just trying to think, well, again, reflection on the feeling of people that we should be looking after the climate, and climate policy is something that people are very concerned about. And again, we've seen that swing in the voting in Australia and a few other places around the world as well. Again, we've got to look out. We only have one planet after all when you think about it. And what some of these mega corporations are doing to it right now, yeah, seriously, it leaves you to wonder. Hello, Mai.
All right, now.
Yummy. Yeah, the gung or the prawns here are really quite yummy. It's a big industry here, so it's very well monitored. I've never had a raw prawn, if you know what I mean. But yeah, again, life in Thailand, all this stuff that's going on out there, all I can think about is that I'm glad I'm in the last road and I have to deal with that. Okay, I've had to economise on budgetary sort of restraints and things like that. I'm living within my means now. Again, you've got to do those adjustments. My back is feeling better, and the analgesics are working. You know, sometimes you think, oh, I'm going to last for another 100 years. Excuse me. Oh, that fish is really repeating. But yeah, what can I say? Life in Thailand, all that shit goes on, but all we care about is the food and the company. And quite frankly, even though I don't see her 24/7, I see her enough every day that it makes me happy. When I see you, it makes me happy.
Yes, I know.
Yes, you know.
You cannot lose me.
I won't lose you. Well, darling, you certainly polished that lot off. I didn't think you'd get through it all.
No, I'm not eating.
You're not
Not
eating?
eating.
Yeah, see, Mum not home last night. You're not
Oh my
eating.
God.
What we had? What we had last night for food? We had chicken and rice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mum not home for cooking. You hungry today?
Yeah. No, I eat little bit.
Oh no, 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 no.
And you believe me where it is one?
Jinglo.
Oh my God.
Some of these places you surely don't really want to fall down some of these gaps, that's for certain. Oh, right. Anyway, 708 baht for that lot. That was really quite yummy. And we got everything I'm wanting to go. Yeah. Sometimes you wonder. But yeah, great food. You see why it's quite popular lunchtime. And yes, everything here was pretty much all out of the tank and onto the plate. This is what we like to see. Fresh food. Okay, kappa ma krab. Yummy. Aroi ma. Kap. Okay. I think we'll wrap it up. We're just going to get back to normal life. And we'll catch up with you. Excuse me. Yeah, so just quickly, again, special thank you to our Patreons and members. And we will just get Chanya to sign off now. Darling, say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Hold that. Come, give me a smile. Put the phone down.
I see what happened here.
I don't know. What?
I see this one, you see?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know what she's talking about. Huh? Yeah? Oh, right. What did you see?
I think.
You can see the vein, you can see your skin colour because you're white colour.
Not white.
Yes.
That color.
You can see, obviously it's something to do with the veins in the chest. That's just quite normal. You know, you see it more on Caucasians than you do on Asians, but I guess, what do you expect? We haven't had much sun this year. It's been quite a mild summer. Anyway, we're out of here, guys, and we'll catch up with you next time. Got a few ideas to talk about, but at the moment, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place to trying to sort out a few other minor technical issues. So we'll catch you later.